All right, social media, specifically, this is being addressed to LinkedIn. This is not a tailored video. It's rather spur of the moment, but I just wanted to make a brief introduction to myself, where we are with things. And anyway, this is the CTP Energy site we are currently working on. You'll see a number of headlines, other areas of the site. We'll still a lot of work, still much work needs to be done on the site. Anyway, there's a picture of Drazen. We'll go over the site navigation on another video. For now, I just wanted to mainly go, you see there's Drazen. Anyway, in this corner, we'll have the different quotes and other rules of CTP Energy Science. The main thing I wanted to do in this video is just basically go over some of what CTP is, some of the struggles we've encountered. We'll address all of the creation of CTP, the whole history of CTP going up until now. Mainly in this video, I wanted to go ahead and address our mission statement so people can get on like, Rezo, what's all this stuff you've been talking about for the past few months? This stuff is so like far out. Okay, so this video, we're going to hone it down just a bit. We're going to address first and foremost what our mission is, okay? So we'll come back to all the headliner topics and site navigation later, but let's just focus on our mission for now so people can understand what CTP's mission is right now, and we'll go from here. Okay, so our mission. What is our mission? A simple one, to explain scientifically via what we call CTP energy and C domain, the yet unexplained in spirituality, nature, weather, space, science, and all other areas of life. Our approach with CTP Energy and our Club CTP, which would be like a social network, which will be integrated with the site later. It'll also be like a social organization, people interacting with values of CTP. Anyway, okay, so that's Club CTP. It's very similar to one taken by Nikola Tesla about 100 years ago relative to his discoveries and inventions dealing with rotating magnet fields, alternating current, and wireless transfer of energy and information, okay? So CTP Energy Science truly is the science of the next century. We'll see why more as we go. If you've not already seen my LinkedIn posts or tweets about these topics, and as far out as it seems, so obviously this is something big and unprecedented, even for today's sciences. Okay, so Nikola Tesla was often called a man out of time because his discoveries were decades, and in some cases more than a half a century ahead of then known science and engineering. Tesla took his science and inventions to the people of the world, and millions to billions of people are still using Tesla's inventions daily. Our world would not, as we know it today, would not be running with electricity and power as we know it today without Nikola Tesla's genius. Drazen's discoveries with CTP energy are equally of import, to say the least, okay? So we will do the same with our CTP energy discoveries. We will share these discoveries with the world and make new lines of CTP energy spiritual technologies never before imagined until now, okay? A new CTP era approaches because of this. And we'll discuss this more in the near future. So creativity, genius, and intuition in the world will now have another major friend in CTP Energy Science, a complete understanding of how our state of mind really works, thanks to our mission to understand the C domain and C energy or conscious energy scientifically. This is a new domain of exploration. This is beyond just going about our universe and looking at our physical universe and thinking that's all there is, okay? So we're dedicating a trilogy of C-domain movies to this topic. Okay, many people over the past 20 years, if you ever saw a documentary-styled movie titled What the Bleep that tries poorly, really in my opinion, to tie our spirituality with quantum physics, then you know that the movie came close but was never quite able to identify who the observer is. Okay, CTP Energy Science is specific with this and address and know exactly who the observer is. It is the C energy, or the conscious energy, the C energy units, and the non-physical C body of the individual. Okay, following so far. Have you ever wondered what the spiritual or C body is made of? Most people haven't. We just take it for the assumption if it does exist, it must be made of light photons or some type of physical, or somehow it's tied to quantum physics. It isn't. I'm sorry to say. Anyway, so if the C body does exist, which it does in the spiritual or C domain, then it must be made of something. Okay, and it is. Just as the physical or P body is made of atoms and molecules, the non-physical, spiritual, or C body is made of something similar, like an atom, but not. And therefore, it has different properties than what we understand atoms to have, okay? So it is made of the units of conscious energy, or C energy units. Our mission with CTP Energy is for the first time to explain scientifically all of the details of our non-physical C body, okay? Following so far. Have you ever wondered what made the atoms of our physical world, or why is there so much empty space at the atomic or galactic levels that could not be explained, or why there's lack of mass in the observable physical universe, and we are trying to make up dark energy and dark matter to fill in the blanks for what is effectively the non-physical C energy and T energy that CTP Energy Science defines, okay? So the CTP energy cycle, as discovered by Drazen, some people may pronounce the last name Primate, or Primate would be his Croatian native pronunciation, as far the best of my knowledge in this context right now. So the CTP energy cycle, as discovered by Drazen Primate, is the first successor to Nikola Tesla and the discoverer of the non-physical C energy and the C domain. The CTP energy cycle constantly creates new atoms in physical realities. This CTP energy cycle process ultimately is what drives the expansion of our physical universe as we know. It's not due to the Big Bang. We'll cover this more in later topics as well. Okay, so our mission is to explain all of these processes in great detail. So next major topic. Have you ever wondered what creates gravity? Scientists say this is due to massive large objects like our planet Earth or other planetoid or planetary bodies or other universal structures. This is only partially correct, okay? This is going to be a major controversy in that the nature of gravity is actually finally revealed, and it's not due to physics. Many physicists and other people that are fan of physical sciences are going to be really disappointed, or some people otherwise will be completely amazed and as floored as I was when I started interacting with Drazen and he started teaching me about CTP Energy Science over almost 20 years ago now. Wow. Okay, anyway, so what creates gravity is due to the group C energy attraction, or the GCA, of different groups of C energy units in C domain that create physical objects ultimately in the physical reality we observe. Okay, and this is due to additional non-physical G codes or gravity codes and or T codes, and we'll go all later CTP energy science lectures or kind of like town halls or whatever like that. So I'll explain more without, obviously probably need to explain more of these basic concepts before I can expect, or we can expect, any funding for this media. This is such revolutionary concepts. What will we do otherwise to expect where the financial sources are going to back it if they don't have, most people don't even have a clue what CTP Energy Science is. Anyway, so we'll discuss the G codes, gravity codes, and all the other non-physical matters later. But this is deep science. This is almost as complex or as comprehensive as quantum physics is. So we'll, like I said, we'll discuss more of that later. Anyway, the main point of this topic is that we can control gravity in the physical domain if we know how to control and manipulate the attraction between different groups of C energy units in C domain. Our mission is to show that the CTP gravitic forces can be controlled and modulated, thus revolutionizing space travel and leading humanity into what I would call, or what we would call with CTP energy, I'm mainly pioneering this after taking up Drazen's mantle, okay? But understanding how we can use the CTP energy cycle one day to manipulate the CTP gravitic forces, yes, will indeed lead humanity into what I've called the CTP energy age. I mean, almost 100 years ago, Einstein discovered, his principles with the atoms and E equals mc squared. And from Einstein's discoveries, we came into the atomic age. So the CTP energy age is basically like the next progress of human evolution into the rollout of this understanding and the CTP energy science as it makes more planetary awareness, and as we start getting more of these initial campaigns going out to social media, and people can start understanding what the hell is Rezo talking about. It's anyway, bear with me. There's a lot to go through. Anyway, so let's go to the next major bullet point or question that we address in our overall CTP energy mission. Have you ever wondered if the physical universe we see is the only one? There are many, many more. There are millions of them. They're not spatial universes as we would understand, okay? We need to look at our understanding of the multiverse, or also what we could call C-domain in this capacity. That each range is defined by a range of C energy frequencies. We'll get more into the creation of these parallel realities or other C energy realities and other topics, okay? But anyway, where you are in C domain does not depend on distance and time, okay? Where you are in C domain only depends on the range of C energy frequencies you find yourself in. There's a range of C energy frequencies that defines each C energy reality, similar to how we on planet Earth see our physical universe. We exist within a range, very narrow range of C energy frequencies that defines the physical reality and the physical universe that our physical bodies are engaged and interact with down here in our physical life. Okay, like I said, we'll discuss a lot more of these topics as we go further ahead. Okay, so our mission is to learn more about these millions of C energy realities that the C energy creates in C domain, and how to travel and eventually explore these new realities and yet unexplored domains of consciousness. If you remember on Star Trek: The Next Generation, where Q tells Picard at the end of All Good Things in the 7th and final season of Star Trek that it's not the challenge that awaits us isn't mapping stars or nebula, it's exploring the possibilities of existence. This science, my friends, and the world, it's finally here. And this is ultimately what our challenge as a species and civilization is. We think space is the final frontier. No, my friends. The final frontier is the domain of consciousness and the human mind and the C domain. This is going to be a bit of a shocker for some people. Have you ever wondered if you could communicate with your loved ones who have passed away? This is going to be a very controversial topic to some from various backgrounds, but there's an actual science to this. We'll discuss this more also as we go, okay? And there are many applications, practical applications that could benefit humankind also. And we'll go, like I said, this whole area, whole door being swung open here. Anyway, communication via C domain is instant, and each group of C energy units in C domain, including C bodies, each have a unique C energy frequency or identifier. Like just like DNA marks our physical body, genetic codes, URLs on the internet identify specific web domains or websites. Our spiritual or C body also has a unique C energy frequency. This is also referred to as the group C energy frequency. And this is part of how C energy, when we're in C domain, how our thought finds its destination and how we communicate with other entities when we're actually on the other side of the CTP energy cycle, and how the thought and the communication, this other things will go more the technical aspects we'll discuss later on in other videos and other media. We need high quality CGI graphics just to even visually represent the scientific process that goes on in C domain regarding C domain communication. Anyway, so our mission is to develop what we call a C domain communicator that will connect communication with our physical world with non-physical sea domain. Okay, many people, have you ever wondered about ESP, premonition, UFOs, topics of interstellar and intergalactic travel, things like deja vu, or many other spiritual and psychic phenomena that no other science can explain, or they just outright dismiss? It's because they don't have the terms. Non-physical science requires new non-physical terms to explain it properly, and without them, you can't. So this is why many people that have been following me on LinkedIn and other social media for the past few months, many are still struggling with there's an entire lexicon, as it were, terms and other definitions that apply to CTP Energy Science. You're not going to learn these overnight, or just me, repeating posts, if you don't understand what the terms are. Okay. Anyway, we're going to show how the CTP energy cycle and understanding of sea domain and the non-physical laws of sea domain can explain everything, including such phenomena when it comes to current known and unknown phenomena or other events in our physical universe and science that we still can't currently explain. That this is part of our mission. This is a whole new science, and we have to look at it objectively in completely new terms and a completely new mindset. All right. So how many of us would like to get beamed up or transported to another world? Okay. Well, this is another shocker to many. The reason why we sleep is not one based on metabolism, metabolic function, or brainwave activities or the such. Okay, our spiritual body, after it's awake and not directly attached to our physical, we'll go into the whole way the CTP energy works and how the sea body integrates in the physical body. We'll cover those topics later on as well. Okay. But essentially, we get beamed up, and this is all voluntarily. Our mind does this. We travel to sea domain every night during sleep, and each one leaves our physical body and travels via sea domain each night. There is no need to take the molecules apart of our physical body and try to put them together in some other physical way. You're going like on Star Trek. Okay, so our mission with CTP is to teach about how sea body travel works. This is automatic. We do this each night naturally, and part of the knowledge is how to improve memories of we have no knowledge really of our spiritual life for the most part, because and just to address this briefly, our spiritual or sea body is divided into two partitions, rather similar to the way a hard drive is, with two different file systems that do not mutually communicate with one another exclusively. Okay, so our mission is to teach about the composition, the delineations, and the different sea energy groups our spiritual body is made of, and how to prove these memories and knowledge and apply them to our physical life down here to make us more active and engaged spiritual beings down here. Wow, that's so shocking and controversial to some people. Anyway, so the sea energy is the ultimate energy. It exists and defines everything in all physical and non-physical domains of existences that we are concurrently experiencing in our total realities from down here or what happens up there. It unifies all of us with all meaning for everyone and everything that surrounds us. The CTP energy cycle is rendering our physical reality into existence. And we'll get more into that as well in later videos, okay? So anyway, everything is connected via sea energy. The conscious energy or sea energy is the ultimate energy behind everything. That was Drosnin's original slogan for the original CTP Energy Corporation that he founded in 2004. And via the work that we are continuing here with CTP Energy to continue Drosnin's legacy, our latest slogan of 2022, and this is going to really floor a lot of people when it gets out there, especially when they see it on other, when we get to mainstream advertising, people are like, what, huh? Anyway, so our slogan is the previously unimagined via sea domain. And it's not just a corporate slogan, it is who we are. More to come later. Thank you. please comment.